Well, good afternoon. Today is our Members at Large webinar for Trendsetter Award prep and submissions. So, this webinar is going to teach you all about how to submit for the Trendsetter Awards. I cannot wait for you guys to see what we have planned. I think you will absolutely love it. Not only that, the Trendsetter Award is an award that you actually earn for work you've done, not just for how much you've paid for your ad, you know, in a particular website or whatever. But it's a an award that you earn and keep and can be proud of. So I am really excited to present these this year. The inaugural kickoff is, at World of Weddings in Cancun, and we will announce the following year's location at World of Weddings. So be there or be square. So let me get this to work. All right. So what we're going to go over is how to apply, what to submit, how judging works, because it's very streamlined and fair, and the best strategies to make your submission stand out. First, you can drop into the chat and we'll talk about it toward the end. Have you ever submitted for an award before? I know there are, platforms that will give them out, but have you submitted for an award before? And if so, put that in chat for me. All right. So some of the things that you'll learn and takeaways are understanding what we're looking for when you do your submission, choosing the right categories for your event. And yes, you can submit, of course, in many different categories. You could submit the same wedding in one or two categories. But not all weddings will fit in each and every category. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Oh, let me admit one more here. So we're also going to chat about putting together a submission that has a chance to win. And I know that sometimes, folks rush through things, but you really want to take your time and craft your answer. So once you're done with the webinar, it's time to take action. You want to get in there, get on the website, and start submitting. So why do awards matter? It's not just about the trophy or a plaque. It's about positioning. It's about instant credibility, because awards do lend authority to trust with your company's brand. They help you to stand out in a crowd. They help you to differentiate yourself in our very competitive marketplace. They do help you attract higher quality clients. People with money, they love awards. They love certifications, so that will help. And of course, awards enhance your brand's reputation and perceived value. So if you've ever had a client say, "Why should I choose you over this one?" This is, an award that counts. Awesome. So understanding the award criteria, and I will go to the ABC website and show you one of the awards live so you can see it. But what you're being judged on is creativity. Most awards are creativity, including, the Best Wedding of the Year award in the different budget categories. Execution, client experience, because we will, on some of the awards, it does state that you do need a review from the client. And then impact. So some of the awards also are impact. What impact did you make on, maybe the community? Maybe it's a community, event, not just a wedding. So there's other different events and things that you can submit for. So it's not always about the pretty photos, but it's the story, the strategy, and the results. So when you choose the right categories, the biggest mistake that you can make is actually choosing the wrong category. So don't try to submit the same wedding in everything. Go through and say, okay, this one fits. Maybe it's a collaborative. Maybe you've collaborated with another ABC member that could go under that particular, a category, the collaborative category. Maybe it was, $150,000 event, and you want to put it for the best wedding because it was big, beautiful, and you got a great review from it. But you want to choose the right category. Sometimes one submission is better than 5 average ones. So make sure that you're taking your time, filling out the answers, and making sure that you're choosing the right wedding for the right event category, award category. So what to submit: high quality images, photographer images. We will take, of course, images that you've taken. Some of you are photographers out there. That's high quality images. If you are not the photographer, then please note that, and we will need you to get permission from them, because we will be using the images in social media when we announce the nominations. And then, of course, if you win, those images are going to be out there and in Wedding Planner magazine. So we want to make sure that you get that permission. You want to have a very clear event or project description. So you can't just say, Mary and Chuck got married and this is the wedding. What made it significant to them? What is their story? So do a very clear event description. And then the results. Were there any outcomes or achievements other than, they got married and went off to, a sandals honeymoon? What happened there? Did the families blend together? Did they, dance? Sometimes the DJs or the photographers will take pictures of, a large party dancing. What is the achievement? What did you get out of, that particular wedding? What did you learn from there? And then testimonials from clients and other professionals that worked with you. So in this case, for the Trendsetter Awards, you definitely want to do quality over quantity. So everything that you submit should tell a story. Crafting a strong submission, there it is again, tell a story. Your submission should tell a compelling narrative. You want to highlight challenges and the solutions that you provided in great detail. So tell us what went wrong, how you fixed it, if you didn't fix it. Sometimes we just can't. We are not miracle workers. Show the transformation. And I know, maybe you didn't take a picture of the empty room. I do that all the time, or used to do that all the time. But go back, when they're not having an event, take that empty space photo and show that transformation. Illustrate the change or progress that you achieved, and clearly communicate your results. Common mistakes to avoid, and we've had some submissions, so now I can tell you some common mistakes. Low quality or inconsistent images. We never mind seeing images of the couples, but we really want images of the actual event itself. Don't hesitate to submit the images of the couples. Just make sure that it's not the only thing that you're sending in. Vague descriptions. We received one submission, great event photos, but there was no description. It was like Sally and Joe got married and that was it. Another error, not following instructions. So there are clear instructions. When you hit that submit button on the website, it is very clear what questions to answer, what we're looking for. There are these big square boxes there to note, hey, it's more than one word can fit in here. So be very good on the descriptions, follow the instructions, and then submitting too much without focus. So make sure that you know why and what you're submitting. For instance, maybe you have two different couples' names in the description. So I don't know which couple, that is. I don't know your clients. So make sure that you're focusing on, what you're doing, taking your time to get it done and make it correct. All right. So proofread everything, best practices. Make sure your grammar, spelling, and punctuation is correct. Visuals are good. Submit early. Don't wait till the last second. July 1 is our cutoff date for submissions. And then we will let all the nominees know on September 1. So those are the dates, and the dates are on the website. They're on the first one. So give yourself some time and, start submitting early, or just get those questions down and then go back and submit at a later date. So again, the roadmap is just choose your category, gather your materials, write your submissions, edit and refine, and then submit. And yes, I will send out the presentation after everything's over. Some final tips: be authentic, be yourself. If you write in a certain way, write in a certain way. Don't downplay your work. Sometimes you get to toot your own horn. This is one of those times. Highlight what makes you unique. Maybe your couples, had a very unique wedding or a very unique experience. Tell us what it is. We want to know. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. So we want we want everybody to succeed. And I would love to give everybody an award, but we have to make it worth your while. All right. So we're at the questions part, but what I will do really quick, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go to our wonderful abcweddingplanners.com. Okay. And then reshare. Somewhere there. Okay. So top of the bar here, you'll see Trendsetter Awards. Just click on it. See the T and the diamond. I love our little logo. And then there are the awards. So as you know, the Heart Award, we are still taking applications. So you can nominate someone for that. Emerging Member of the Year. Please read the descriptions. I'm not going to read everyone out. We have a Rising Star Award. That is a student-based, member-based award. And then we have our Wedding Professional Award. So this is the meet, the Wedding of the Year, Micro Intimate Wedding of the Year, Team Event. So that's one or more, actually two or more ABC members participating in one event. We'll have a Speaker of the Year award, Floral Design Educator of the Year. And then we have our travel awards. So the majority of our travel awards, as long as you're selling travel under ABC's IATA number, you will be nominated. We will announce the top 5 in each category as nominees. So definitely get those people to go and travel. We have best visual branding. You can submit for that one. The best social media presence, the destination wedding of the year award. So that goes back to also choosing. So any wedding, destination or local, can fit into the main category best wedding of the year. But if it's a destination wedding, why not submit it for destination wedding of the year? So you have these different options. If you did corporate event, maybe instead of, branding for your company, you want to submit an event that had some really good visual branding. There's a lot of them out there that you guys do. I see it on social media. So once you choose your wedding, and I'll pick the most popular here, wedding of the year, 50,000, 250,000. If you just click on it, it gives you all of what's going to go in your nomination overview question, what's the details that we're looking for, how many words it should be, the supporting materials that you'll upload, an idea of who should apply. And then there's this magical button here that turns blue or white, blue or white. Press on it. Well, don't press on it, click on it unless you have a, touch screen. But anyway, you want to go ahead and fill that out. So everything was there before. The only question that is not on the front is, are you a current ABC member or not? It is, all of our awards are open to non-members also. So keep that in mind too. But that's it. It'll have, some things on budget, for your wedding, easy things that you should be able to look up because you're already doing them. There's the nomination details again. So we put it out there again, the supporting material checklist that you'll need to upload, and then the credits and permissions, what you're going to need from them, like the wedding couple, the photographer and videographer, if applicable. But that is it. It's so easy. After July 1st, when we tally everything up, and like right now we have everything in little buckets, we'll go through and we'll choose the top 5 in each category. And then from there, we will choose the winner, and that winner will be announced at World of Weddings in Cancun. I'm going to say the date is November 4th, that Wednesday evening event. Awesome. I'm going to stop sharing here. Did we have any questions? Or are you guys just going to be very quiet today? It's a quiet day. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, you can always email any of the leadership team. Our emails are president, members, travel, education, and culture, all at abcweddingplanners.com. Anybody can answer those questions. There is a form also on the website. If you have questions, you can submit it through there, and we will help you. You can also call 336-690-5510, and McCole answers that phone. She can answer any questions or transfer you to one of us to get those questions answered. Awesome. You're welcome. Great. All right. Well, I won't keep you. That was like super fast. But, I hope to see you guys next month on the Members at Large webinar. I think I listed them out for the rest of the year. And if I don't see you then, hopefully I'll see you in Cancun in November. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.